Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Studio here in Lytham, and I'm going to be giving this a smash. This is the Callaway Xr Sub-Zero driver. Now, there's been a very limited amount of these drivers made for a reason. Callaway are claiming it's their lowest spinning driver they've ever made. And with that, they've got to take a level of responsibility, because making this a mass production club would be a nightmare. Because in the wrong hands, this just won't work for golfers. The type of golfer this will work for is someone who swings it very, very fast, so has the velocity and the speed to actually make a low spin driver work. So I would normally say somewhere in kind of 110 miles per hour plus, fast swing speed, and a player that hits down too much, making a traditional driver spin up too much. So but you still need speed with that. Someone with 90 odd miles per hour swing speed with this driver in the low spin setting, it would just be a nightmare. It comes from the same chain as drivers as the XR and the XR Pro, the new ones, but it looks very different. The XR and the XR Pro has a matte finish. This is not. This is shiny gloss, and it looks awesome. Also, interestingly, the influence on the XR16s was very much around the story of Boeing, the airline company, helping with the airflow across the head. This hasn't got the airflow humps. This is just a big, black, shiny finish. Again, what a lot of tour players like. Players like Brandon Grace has been using this. Again, fast swing speed and hit slightly down on driver. He will make this work. He actually tweeted me the other day saying, I would love this driver, so I'm looking forward to giving it a rip. It's got two weights, a 10 gram weight and a 2 gram weight, which are changeable. The 10 gram weight in the front is the lowest spin setting, and the 10 gram weight at the back, when you switch them over, would be the kind of normal setting, which wouldn't make sense. I'd feel like you're almost taking this very limited amount of driver, not giving its full potential if the weight was at the back, but some golfers will do. It's got interchangeable necks. I've got this in 9.5 degree. I've kept it at standard, and I've got so far the weight at the front. I'm going to give it a hit in that setting first. Like I say, it's got a 10 gram and a 2 gram weight. When the 10 is in the front, it's in its low spin setting. I love the look of this head. Big, black, dark, shiny finish head. I think it looks awesome. I really do. I'm worried I'm going to spin this too low, but let's see. Let's give it a hit. I've pushed it a tiny bit, but that felt fantastic off the face. That honestly felt awesome. I'd be interested to see what the spin rate is on that. It felt high enough on the face to be, so it is a little bit of a push. It's what I find when the weight goes forward. I'll hit it long, but not very accurately. 2,000 spin on that, so 2,065 spin on that. That honestly felt fantastic off the face. Very nice sound off the hit. It's probably a little bit louder and kind of sharper than the normal XR, higher pitched. That was awesome, that. I love that hit. Yeah, another nice one. Probably not as good as the last one because it didn't feel quite as high. And I'm not just looking for ultimate distance here. I'm not just trying to smash this. I must admit, it does feel that because of it being a super low spin driver, I do need to generate speed. That was 2,500 spin rate actually. Not super low. Is it low? Probably not lower than I expected. Probably about right where I expect actually, from where I struck it from. You know, not high off the face, therefore it just spun up a little bit more. That felt good. That felt really nice. It just, you know what, it just felt nice. Again, it's probably not super low spin. You can see when it gets close to 2,000, it spins really low. That'll probably be about 2.5 again. 2,850. It backs up the argument again around, you can make the lowest spin driver in the world, but if you don't hit it high enough on the face, it won't spin super low. You catch it just below that equator line, and it can really spin up on you. I'll do some more testing. I'm going to do some testing with the XR and the XR Pro coming next as well, so stay tuned for that video, because that'll be interesting to see how it fares against the other XR drivers. Let's give this one more hit with the weight forward, then we'll switch the weight round. Could be good. That could be good. I'm not saying it just felt good. I'm almost looking more at kind of what is it offering me with that spin rate? What is it changing? Is it changing the dial or is it not really? I'll take that drive every day of the week. I can't complain with the accuracy though. The first one was probably the most pushy. At 2,415. Very interesting that the average spin rate there was 2,450 over those 4 shots. The lowest one was 2,000 and the highest one was 2,500. So not, or was it 2.8 actually, wasn't it? Not ridiculously low spin. I'm going to switch these weights around. I'm going to stick the weight, the 10 gram in the back and the 2 gram in the front and see if the numbers change at all. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've switched the weight round. 10 gram is in the back, 2 is at the front this time. So it's, what I would see is almost its standard setting. Standard to the XR and the XR Pro. If anything, I would probably imagine the XR Pro to be a little bit further forward weight positioning of its weight. So let's see what it does in this further back position compared to the weight forward position. My prediction is slightly higher launch and slightly higher spin. 2,400 was the average of those 4 shots. Let's hit these 4 next. Okay, so that's all 4 done with the weight back. Let's jump on the numbers. I didn't see him change that much. Okay, so very interesting results. The 2 drivers, or the same driver but changing the weight position, hardly showed a single bit of difference. Let's have a look at the distances first. So the weight forward was giving me an average of 295 for 314. So good hits, very healthy hits. Spin rate at 2,450 and the ball speed on average was 166. I normally swing at about 112. Launch angle was 14.6, which very interestingly was higher than when the weight was back. When the weight was back, so the 10 gram was at the back, the distance dropped by 6 yards, but it was only on 4 shots each. There's never going to see that big a difference. The spin rate was almost identical. It was 10 RPM more, 10. I'm not talking 10 hundreds, I'm not talking 10,000s, I'm talking 10. Launch angle was slightly lower and ball speed almost stayed the same. So I didn't see a single bit of difference. Visually I saw no difference in the flight. Feel I felt no different. You could argue that the weight back was a slightly straighter golf shot, but that's still down to the pilot, not the plane. Or this isn't plane, this isn't Boeing. Very interesting driver this. I think it's got a place in a very tiny bit of the market for a golfer who swings it very, very fast, who traditionally spins a driver too high. I've seen much lower spin numbers than that with drivers that I've tested. Much lower spin numbers. 2,450 isn't massively low for me, considering this is their lowest spin driver. It still comes down to strike. Remember that. If it's not hit on the right side of the top side of the face, it won't spin super low. I know when I get it slightly higher off the face and I can spin it around 2,000, even under 2,000, that's when I get my best distance. That's not for everyone. If you've got fast swing speed. Slower swing speed, the slightly more spin rate you need. So guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the kind of the hit of the XR Sub-Zero driver. I think it's definitely got a place on the market. I think it looks amazing in its gloss. I think it looks awesome. The ideas are there, but I just didn't see any difference changing those weights around. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to do a head-to-head now with the XR and the XR Pro to see how it kind of works against its other clubs in that brand. We look forward to seeing you soon. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you all soon.